Welcome to part 2 of this color along series in the Soulmates coloring book by Hanna Karlzon. I'm directly saying which colors I will be using right now from the Prismacolor set: sepia, I've missed that other one, goldenrod and jasmine. Sandbar brown was the second one. I'm going to color in a crown and from the duck, and I'm using those 4 pencils from the Prismacolor brand. So sepia, sandbar brown, goldenrod and jasmine. I'll try not to forget to put them in the info box below. It's the first time that I'm coloring in gold, because I always make it myself easy and paint my gold objects, but for now I thought it would be fun to try a golden or goldish combo. I haven't watched other color videos to look which colors people used, so it was just a gamble by myself for, to see what result I would achieve when using these 4 pencils, and I must say I'm quite happy with the end result. So I start with the darker color, the darkest colors, the sepia, then I put over a little sandbar brown and fading that one out, and now I'm doing the same with the goldenrod, going over the previous 2 colors and fading a bit out, so I'm not using too much pressure. And here is the jasmine. So I thought it was looking quite okay, a bit of an oldish gold, I think. And I hope my video is recording, or this this edition, the edit what I'm doing on this video is going fluid, because sometimes it seems that my video is pausing a few seconds before going any further, so I'm hoping that my voiceover is okay. So here I'm repeating. I will be repeating these steps on all of the crown, except here and there I will leave a pencil color out, but for the most part I will be using the sepia, the sandbar brown, the goldenrod and the jasmine. So I won't be talking the whole video, because it's just a repetitive handling. I really do hope that this video is of a good quality, because it's so annoying that I see those few seconds where it's like I'm doing nothing, and I don't know how or why my phone is doing that. Maybe I have way too many videos, or with too much megabyte on my phone. I think I must upload them sooner. I have quite decent memory on my phone, but I also have a lot of photos on it as well, so I must be careful not to exaggerate. Sometimes I recolor some parts to intensify. There's nothing wrong with that. If you can see a part that you're not happy with or that you want to work on for a second time, it's totally okay. And that was the case with the other parts of the crown. I wanted to intensify that goldenrod a bit. Same for the jasmine color. I'm really happy with how this goldish color is turning out for the first time trying. Maybe I have tried some gold in the past, but I'm not sure if it was with Prismacolor pencils. It could have been with Polychromos or another brand, but I can't remember doing gold in Prismacolor. So, and if I have done one, I don't write down my color combinations. I've just started a little booklet and there's only one combo in for the Holbein pencils. Maybe I can write this combination down as well, because it isn't only for Holbein combinations, of course, that little notebook. Maybe I can write down this goldish, all this old looking or oldish looking gold combo there as well. For one of my videos I was asked to share a Prismacolor combination for skin tone, but I'm really sorry, I don't have I don't have a specific color combination for skin either. I always try out different combinations most of the time with all of my pencils. There are a few that are always coming back, and that's a violet one most of the time for a bit of shading, but other than that I don't write down my numbers, and yeah, I want my focus on my coloring and not on writing down my used color names or numbers. I really struggle with writing down which pages that I color in a specific month. In that book I also write down which media that I've used, but not the color not the color names, just the brand. So for when I'm away further in the year, and I want to take a look back at some pictures and see which materials that I've used, and I'm not sure if I will ever use it in that way, but if I could choose, I wouldn't write down anything. I would just write down the book and the page, what was in it, and that's it. But yeah, maybe I'll regret that later on, so I keep on writing down my used materials, but no numbers or anything. But maybe this crown combo can come in handy later on. It was a bit difficult to think how to color in that crown with all of these little subjects with stonework and gems or pearl. I hope it's not too boring to look at. I thought it was a small object to color, but it has taken quite some time. And I don't always know what to tell. Here I was thinking what to do next, I think. And as you can see here, I'm not using the sandbar brown, I'm just going in straight in. I'm going straight in with the goldenrod because the object is really small. And for the decoration of the crown, it will be super exciting because I'm going to use my Paul Rubens paints. So here we can take a look from a bit further away, and I'm really liking how it is looking. I hope you do too. And now we are going to part 2, the decoration with the Paul Rubens paints. So here we are. I've grabbed my swatch book and I've decided to use the pearl silver white and the shiny blue. At first I wanted to use another type of greenish blue to match the frame, the blue of the frame a bit better, but I just wanted something in the same color family, and that's why I've chosen the shiny blue. Now I'm going to wet my paint first, and then I'll zoom in and paint the parts that I want to be painted. There's not much water coming out of that spray bottle. Don't worry, I'm not soaking it. I will be using a very fine brush because the details are quite small. So, and before starting, it's important to mix the paint a little bit and let it thicken a bit. I'm really loving this paint. I also got another set of 48 colors, but it's not Paul Rubens, although the colors are just the same, the duplicates I mean. So I call them my fake Paul Rubens. And I was shocked a while ago. I've paid that set of 48 colors 37 or 39 euros, something like that. And when I looked back at that set a week back, I think, it was 86 euros. So, whoa, I hardly could believe it. I forgot to zoom in, but don't worry, I will be zooming in shortly. So I'm just putting down paint in on the pearl parts of the crown. At least I hope I'm zooming in. I thought I had. Of course, I'm looking at my phone. If you're looking on a PC or an iPad or another tablet, it will be better visible, I hope. And I'm deciding where to put down that silver color. Oh, I can see I've zoomed in, I think. I hope. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, some of the pearls are a bit darker already. Although it's a very shiny paint, it gives it a bit of grayish look now. And I'm really glad to have such a tiny paintbrush, because you really must have a sturdy hand. And you can do real small details with this paintbrush. It's one from AliExpress, I think. Not very expensive, but it's great. It's a great one. And I've chosen for the silver white color because of the background being next to the crown, and I didn't want my blue paint next to the neo color. So that's why I decided to do only some blue paint on parts that are not touching or almost not touching the blue of the neo color. I wanted to have the contrast. So now I'm cleaning my paintbrush, I think. And shortly I will be using the blue one. The blue paint. And here we go. So you can see it's a bit darker than the neo color, but it's from the same color family, and that's just what I wanted. I thought it would look nice playing with some colors from the background for the crown. I didn't have any idea beforehand how to do the crown, but once I started, and yeah, once the gold was done, it was obvious that I wanted to have a matching color for the crown. I'm trying not to exaggerate with colors too much, so that it's not too busy. And no, I'm not painting the smaller diamonds or pearls, like the 2 above and the 4 next to those wheel things. I'm going to use stickles on those. And after the paint has dried, I was planning on using glossy accents, and I did. But I was holding my bottle in the wrong angle, and it was just not visible how I applied the glossy accents, so you won't see how I do that, but it's the same principle as with the stickles. I haven't watched this video before I started editing, so I'm hoping I'm applying my stickles in a good way, so that it's good visible for you to how to play around with them if you're new to using stickles. The bottles have a nozzle, and it's just pushing a bit of the glue out of the nozzle and working with the nozzle on top of your coloring. It's the same for the glossy accents. The bottle is the same style as the stickles, but since it's a lot bigger, my bottle, than a normal stickle bottle, yeah, I managed to block all the view while putting down. So, but you will see the end result after it has dried, when we're ready for part 3, and that is, I think, painting the duck himself, or, well, coloring. I'm not sure which media I will use yet. So now I'm putting the Paul Rubens away, and when I'm moving the page you will see how glossy the crown looks now. So you have a nice effect, both from the silver as from the blue color. And doesn't he look fancy? I really like how he's turning out. I'm really having a lot of fun with my page. Here are my stickles. I just recently have put all of my old pages from my old swatch book in a new swatch book, and I'm so glad. I'm using it quite often now. And here I've decided to use the sea glass stickles for the little pearls and the little diamonds. So here I was moving my box of watercolor pencils by Arteza, and here I'm taking my stickles collections or my glitter box. There's also some glitter paint in, and now it was the search for the sea glass stickles. You can already see that there's a lot of stickles in there. I adore them. I only miss 8, I think, 7 or 8 colors from here's the sea glass from scrapbook.com, because I know there are a few other colors available on British shops, but I'm missing 8 or 7 from scrapbook.com. That's the most economical for me to ship, strangely enough. It's further away. Oh no, I've put down that book. Not to. Oh, okay, I'm awake. Although scrapbook.com is located in the USA, the shipping cost is quite reasonable. And it's here very quick. So almost all of my stickles are from there. So like you see me do now, putting down that nozzle on the picture and playing around with the stickles, it's just the same as with the glossy accent, only you don't have glitter glue coming out, but a 3D kind of liquid that will make your pearls look like a pearl. But for these little details, I thought it would be nice to have a bit of a greenish blue on there. So we will have different kinds of shimmer once dried. So here you go. It goes very quickly. So ta-da! It's like his smiling is bigger than before of my swan or duck. I think it's a swan, but I like to call him duck. So okay, this was part 2. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.